all the viewers, learners, and good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome
Good
to the
evening.
final punch session on
Yes, sir.
CTET PYQ's Science and Pedagogy as we have planned and you have promised. You have come in the shortest possible time with the PYQs. I'm sure definitely our CTET aspirants and other teacher recruitment and teacher eligibility test aspirants will get benefit out of this, which is useful both for paper 2 and paper 1 viewers and learners, and especially CTET aspirants. All the best.
Yes,
Ma'am, please go ahead.
yes, sir. Good evening to all the viewers and welcome back. So we will just have a look on the previous year questions on science pedagogy and with respect to the CTET examination. So let us see with the first question here. And here the first question is, how could learning be made more meaningful for students of class 7th by the teacher while teaching the topic save water? So in this, 4 options are given, like asking students to design posters, asking students to write an essay, asking students to interview people in their colony about water consumption and carry out water audit, and the final option is conducting a quiz competition. So out of these 4 options, which is the best option where learning could be made more meaningful for the students of class 7th while they are able to understand about the topic save water? So what should the teacher do in this aspect? How she can make the learning more meaningful? Should she be able to ask the students to design posters or write an essay or interview people in the colony about the water consumption and conducting the quiz competition? So out of the 4, the best option is the third option, where the teacher could ask the students to interview people in their colony about water consumption and carry out water audit. So in this way, the child will be able to understand how the people are consuming the water, and they can understand how best they'll be able to save water if there is an extra wastage. Okay, then let us go to the next question. So here the third option is the right option. Next question here is, a teacher before beginning to teach digestion to class 6th students provides them with the outline diagram of a human body and asks them to draw all parts through which they could think the food would travel from mouth when they eat. What could be the teacher's purpose of asking this question? First option given here is to evaluate students' drawing skills, as drawing diagrams is an important skill in life sciences. Second option, to judge students' understanding of the digestive system and grade them accordingly. Third option is to investigate students' prior ideas related to human body and digestion so that future teaching learning sessions can be accordingly planned. Fourth option is to find out which students have read the topic in advance and come prepared for the class and grade them accordingly. Okay, so out of these 4 options, which is the best option? These questions have come in the year 2015. So this question about the digestion topic, and the teacher is trying to teach this topic to class 6 students, and asked before teaching has asked this question about about outline diagram of a human body, provides them with the outline diagram of a human body and asks them to draw all parts through which they think that the food will travel from mouth they eat. So now she has asked them to just give an outline diagram how the food will travel from mouth to the other parts of the body. So why is she asking this? What is the purpose of this question? To evaluate the students' drawing skills, or to judge the students based upon their understanding of the digestive system and grade them accordingly, or to investigate the pure knowledge of the students' ideas on the on the topic of human body and digestion, so that the teacher can plan the future lessons on it. And fourth option is to find out which students have read the topic and which have not in advance. Okay, and then grade them again accordingly. So out of the 4 options, because the first option is to evaluate drawing skills, we cannot just evaluate drawing skills based upon just asking them to draw an outline and understand the and judge the students by understanding the digestive system and grade them accordingly. So we cannot judge them without teaching them. And the fourth option here is to find out which students have read the topic. So this is also not the right one. The best option is the third option. Why? Because when the teacher is asking them to draw before beginning to teach the lesson on digestion, it means that she wants to know their prior ideas related to human body and digestion, so that she can understand with what level the students are, and then she can plan the future lessons, future sessions on this topic. Okay, so that is why third is the best option. So we have to always analyze each and every option with respect to the question and questions important hints given in the question. Okay, then next we have here, for an effective discussion in class 7th on the topic why smoke rises up, a science teacher should, what she should do, like she should discourage questions during discussion, provide a common platform to the learners, acknowledge learners responses to sustain their interest. Fourth, summarize and assess the learners ideas at the end of discussion. So these are the four options given here. So what is the topic here? The topic is why smoke rises up, and for an effective discussion on this topic for the class 7th students, what should the teacher do? This is a discussion way. So discourage the questions or provide them a common platform, acknowledge learners responses to sustain their interest, summarizes and assesses the learners ideas at the end. Okay, so this is okay, fine. So these are the options given here: A and B, B, C and D, D only, and C and D. So these are the four available answers. So out of these four available answers, which is the best answer? So here we can say that discourage questions, we should never discourage questions during discussion. Okay, so what is the second point? Provided them a common platform. Yes, everybody's on the common platform of discussing on the topic. Third, acknowledge the learner so that their interest can be retained, and summarize and assess the learner's ideas at the end. Yes, this is very important. So fourth, third, and we have here the second. So first is A, second is B, third is C, and fourth is D. So if I say in this way A, B, C, D instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, then I must say that the second option is the right option, because here I'm taking B, C, and D, that is second, third, and fourth. So I'm leaving only the first one, A, I'm leaving. So wherever A is, we have to leave that. So A and D is not the right option. D, only D is not the right option, and C and D is also not the right option. So we have here B, C, and D. That is, the second option is the right answer for this question. Now here the next question, an 8th class student makes the statement, heavy objects sink in water and light objects float. How is the science teacher of the class 8 best advised to react? So how the teacher is advised to react on this statement made by the student? First is accept the statement as it indicates child's ideas and needs to be responded. Explain to the child that it is not the weight but the density of an object that determines whether it is going to sink or float. Third, present counter examples and arrange materials of different shapes, sizes, and weights for the child to investigate. Fourth option is explain that heavy and light are relative terms. So what should the teacher advises? It is advised best for her to do. So how can she react when the child makes a statement, heavy objects sink in water and light objects float? So it is not just all light objects float or all heavy objects sink in the water. Even a big ship like Titanic, it was floating on the water, but just because of one small accident, the whole thing went under the water. That is, it sank into the water. So again, this cannot be the statement. It cannot be generalized by the student. So the teacher in this way should not do, and what she should do, like accept the statement as it indicates the child's ideas, and we cannot directly accept the statement and explain to the child immediately. The teacher should not start explaining to the child that weight is not actually the thing, but the density of the object determines whether it will sink or float. And the third option is present counter examples and arrange materials. Yes, this is the somewhere right option, so we will hold on to this. And the fourth is like these two are the relative terms, heavy and light are the relative terms. Yes, these are relative terms, these are antonyms of each other, but how it is having them, that we can just explain this term. So out of the four options, the third is the right. Why? Because when the teacher counter examples and arrange materials to different shapes, sizes, automatically what the child will investigate and come to know that which are the right materials which are floating and which are the materials which are going to sink. So she can or he can automatically by undergoing some experiments and activities, the child can be able to understand with respect to this statement. Okay, so the third one is the right option. Okay, then next we have Which one of the following situations gives the student the best opportunity to discovery learning? Best opportunity of discovery learning. Students being first shown the demonstration of germination of seed followed by a detailed explanation. Second, elaborated and detailed session of programmed instruction on the topic of germination of seed. Third, encouraging students to investigate factors affecting germination through experimentation. Fourth, instructing students through team teaching on the topic of components of food. So what is the main idea which is given in the question? Discovery learning. So how can the discovery learning happen? So the child must undergo some discovery. He or she should try to discover. So students being first shown demonstration of germination of seed followed by a detailed explanation. So germination of seed followed by a detailed explanation. So this is again not because teacher is demonstrating here and teacher is only explaining. Second option is elaborated and detailed session. So we cannot just give them the session of programmed instruction. Then third, child is investigating here the factors affecting the germination through experimentation. Yes. And fourth one, instructing students through team teaching. Again, no, because here only teachers are involved and students are just able to listen and do some little activities. But again, topic of components of food is not the right way. So for discovery learning, what can be the best option here is encouraging the students to investigate, because child must investigate and do some experiment and do some discovery and some exploration for the factors affecting germination through experimentation. So third is the right option here. Then next, which among the following question would be an open-ended question? Which among the following options are the open-ended type of question? Open-ended type of question. So which is the first question here? Why do we sleep on a banana peel? What would happen if force of friction ceased to exist? Why is it easier to roll on a barrel than to slide on a flat surface? How do banged curves on roads prevent skidding? Okay, so out of this, like which is the best question which will have the characteristic of an open-ended question? Like, why do we slip on a banana peel? Because the banana peel is slippery and it will make us slip. So what would happen if force of friction ceased to exist? Yes. What would happen if we do not have any friction on the earth? What would happen? Then why is it easier to roll on a barrel? Because barrel is circular, so it will make us to roll in a circular manner. Every circular object will be able to roll, and rather than on a flat surface. How do banked curves on roads prevent skidding? Banked curves will help to see to it that it prevents skidding because they are curved. So in this way, we should be able to come out with answers as well upon our thinking. So what would happen if force of friction ceased to exist? If I am giving answer to this question, I'm thinking so many aspects. I may be able to fly or something because friction is not there. So maybe gravity will not be not there. So some aspects are there. So here it is more and more open-ended. Okay. So the second option is the right option, where the second question is like an open-ended question where more ideas and more examples and more thinking can be done in the second question. Then next we have here, which of the following statements is true about the laws and theories in science? So how can we understand laws and theories? The first is, laws are generalized descriptions of the relationships among observable phenomena, and theories are explanations for the observable phenomena. Second, theories become laws when validated. And third, theories are found in biological sciences only and laws are found only in physical sciences. Is it true? Then fourth one, theories and laws are the same and perform the same function, except that laws are briefer form of theories. Is it? So see, we cannot only judge that theories are only found in biological science. So biological science is also a body of knowledge where everything is present. Laws, theories, concepts, generalizations. Even in physical sciences also, it comprises of laws, theories, concepts, and different generalizations. So these are not just subject specific. And then fourth is, the theories and laws are same. No, they are not same. And laws, because laws are only coming in one line, so we cannot tell them that if they are brief, then the theory are lengthy, going into the pages and pages, so we cannot judge them in this way. So theories become laws when validated. Yes, that is true. It becomes laws. Theories become laws, but all the theories cannot become laws when they are validated. Okay, so this is something like some subjective. And then first one, laws are generalized descriptions of the relationships among observable phenomena, and theories are explanations for the observable phenomena. So yes, laws are described, they are descriptions about the phenomena, whereas explanations are the theories are the explanations for the observable phenomena. So theory are explaining about it, where law is giving a description about it. Okay, so this is the first is the clear cut answer. So that is why first is the right option. Now next, a science teacher wishes to assess her students on different process skills. Which one among the following tools would be the most appropriate for her purpose? So interview, first option, second is questionnaire, third is observation schedule, fourth is paper pencil test. So what is a teacher doing here? The science teacher wishes to assess her students on different process skills. Remember this, process skills. Okay, which one among the following tools will be the most appropriate for her to assess the process skills of the students? So whether interview is best, questionnaire is best, observation schedule, or paper pencil test. So because it is a process skill, it is a practical skill, so that is why teacher can observe, cannot take the interview of the child, or cannot ask questions, or cannot have just paper pencil test. So observation schedule will give the teacher maximum way of observing how the child is doing the experiments, handling the apparatus. So this is what the process skills or the analytical, the practical skills are there. So that is why we can have here the third option, that is observation schedules. This is the right answer. Next, which one of the following should not be an aim of science education at upper primary level? So this is very important question. Which one of the following should not be an aim? Not be an aim. Okay. So at the upper primary level of science education, so first option given here is relating science education to everyday experiences of learners, nurturing the curiosity and cultivation of scientific temper, which is the second option. Third option is inculcating values. Fourth is presenting facts of science to the learners. So here, which is not to be the aim at the upper primary level? Relating science to everyday experiences, yes, it is important. It is the aim. Nurturing curiosity and cultivation of scientific temper, yes. Inculcating values, yes. Presenting facts of science to the learners. Facts of science to the learners should not be the aim. Actually, it should be through these different experiences and activities. So fourth should not be the direct aim of presenting facts of science to the learners. Okay, so fourth is the option, the right answer for this question. Then next, which one of the following is not the objective of teaching science at upper primary stage? This is also an important question. Not the objective of teaching science at upper primary stage. So which is not the objective here? First option is developing questioning and inquiring skills. Second, acquiring technological skills. Third, acquiring process skills. Fourth, acquiring scientific literacy. So out of these four options, which is not the objective? So the questioning and inquiring skills, yes, this is the objective. And technological skills, we will see this later. Process skills, yes, process skills is there. And scientific literacy, yes, it is also an important objective. So to provide the scientific literacy to the upper primary stage, yes. Process skills also, yes. And questioning and inquiring is also very important while doing the process skills. So first 3 and 4 are the right answers, whereas acquiring technological skills, so we are not just more trying to focus upon the technological skills. So out of the 4 options given, second option is not the direct objective of teaching science, where we are trying to acquire only the technological skills standalone. So that's why we should not have this second one. So second is the option. Next, NCF, National Curriculum Framework, strongly recommends that science education at upper primary stage should, what is the recommendation given by NCF? First is the prepare students for competitive examinations. Second, help students to be emotionally balanced. Third, help students to acquire computational skills. Fourth, follow constructivistic approach for teaching and learning of the subject. So out of the 4, what is the strong recommendation of NCF for teaching science at upper primary stage? Prepare students for competitive exams? No. Emotionally balanced? No, nor even computational skills. What is the important recommendation is follow constructivistic approach for teaching and learning of the subject, where the child will be able to do the experiments and try to understand the concept. So fourth is the right and the best answer for this question. Then next we have here the question paper from July 2013. We will see the questions. Cognitive validity of science curriculum at upper primary stage requires that it should, number one, be age appropriate and within the reach of the student's understanding level. Second, convey scientifically correct content. Third, nurture the natural curiosity and creativity of the learners. Fourth, enable the students to appreciate how the concepts of science evolve with time. So out of the four options, what it is asking, cognitive validity of science curriculum at upper primary stage requires, what does it means? What is the requirement of the cognitive validity? Okay, so what is the requirement of cognitive validity? Be age appropriate and within the reach of the student's understanding level. Yes. Whether it is convey scientifically correct content. No, scientifically correct content is not accordingly with the cognitive validity. Nurture and natural curiosity, enable the students to appreciate how the concepts of science evolve with time. So this is, all these are not the best one, but cognitive validity is about the intellectual skills, intellectual level, cognitive level of the child. That is the reason that cognitive validity of the science curriculum means it should be age appropriate, it should be within the reach of the students understanding level, comprehensive levels, okay, cognitive level, thinking level. So it should be according to the child's level. That is, the first option is the right option for the cognitive validity. Others may come under some other validity, okay, like we have here content validity, process validity, okay, so that these will be coming in the other validities, but first is the right option which will come under the cognitive validity. Now next we'll proceed further. Let us see next question under July 2013 CTET questions. So which one of the following does not reflect the personality attribute of a person having scientific temper? So which one of the following will not reflect the personality attribute, which is not the personality for a person to have scientific temper? First is seeking evidence. Second is biased opinion. Third is rational thinking. Fourth is open-mindedness. So out of the four important characteristics a person will have, out of these four important characteristics, which one is the characteristic that the person will not have when he or she is under the scientific temper? Like, which is the attribute which is not going along with the scientific temper? So seeking evidence, yes, it is the scientific temper. Biased opinion, no. Rational thinking, yes, rational thinking, logical thinking, analytical thinking, that is correct. Open-mindedness, yes, being open-minded for the experiments and explorations, yes, this is also correct. So first, third, fourth is correct. Second one, the biased opinion, you should not have a biased opinion. People should not have biased opinion when they are in a scientific temper, when they are having to do with related to the science concepts. So that's the reason that when a person will have the scientific temper, they should not be biased in their opinion. So this is the right option. Okay, second is the right option. Now next question, NCERT science textbooks for upper primary classes include large number of daily life related questions which have been left unanswered. This has been done so that, so what is being done? It is what it is asking in the question. First, we have to understand the question well. So NCERT science textbooks for upper primary classes include large number of daily life related questions, okay, which have been left unanswered. So these textbooks contains a lot of questions related to the daily life, and these are all unanswered. Why they have left unanswered? So that teachers have a good pool of questions for assessment purpose. Our students can send these questions to scientists to get the answer. Our teachers can use these questions for home assignment, or students can seek answer to these questions by exploring different resources. So out of the first three questions are not to be the right ones, and like, you know, teachers can have a lot of questions automatically ready-made with the material, and the students can send them to the scientist, or the teachers can tell the students to do as their homework. And lastly, the correct answer, the best answer is students can seek answer to these questions by exploring different resources. That is the reason that it is left answer for the child to give them some kind of provoking towards scientific exploration, building scientific attitude, scientific aptitude, scientific methodology. That's the reason why these questions and activities are left unanswered, so that the child will undergo some activities, experiments, and then come with the answer. So that's why the fourth is the right option. Next, we have here, while teaching the correct method of reading a clinical thermometer to class 8 students, Sneha mentions the following necessary precautions to be taken. So what is the precautions that has to be taken while the reading a clinical thermometer? What is the first option here? Thermometer should be washed with hot water before and after use. Okay. Do not hold the thermometer but the bulb while taking the reading. 3. Ensure that before use the mercury level in the thermometer is below 35 degrees centigrade. 4th, read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Which one of the above precautions has been mentioned wrongly by the teacher? Which one of the above precautions has been mentioned wrongly by the teacher? So which is mentioned wrongly here? Wrongly here. That is, do not hold the thermometer by the bulb. Okay, this is correct. We should not hold them by the bulb while taking the reading, and ensure that before use mercury level should be below 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Okay, and thermometer should be washed with hot water before and after use. Maybe this is the one, because here these are the necessary precautions, but to be washed before and after use hot water with hot water. So which one of the above precautions has been mentioned wrongly by the teacher? So maybe the first one is the answer for this, because all these are correct. Okay, these are all correct. Second, third, and fourth are correct. So this one, the first one, is not correct. So all that is somewhat not accordingly with the method of reading a clinical thermometer, while teaching the correct method of reading a clinical thermometer, because she is teaching to read the clinical thermometer. That is why these all aspects, second, third, fourth, are the correct ones. But just to wash the with hot water before and after use is not the right method while teaching the correct method of reading a clinical thermometer. So first one is not the right one. That's why first is the option, the correct answer for this question. Next, the section on activities and projects included in the exercises of NCERT science textbooks for class 7, class 8 primarily aims at what? So the section here, activities and projects included in the exercises of NCERT science textbooks for class 8 primarily aims at what? So first is enhancing in-depth understanding of the basic concepts, keeping the students engaged during vacations, assessing the students on practical skills, providing opportunity to students for extended learning. So for what is the activities, the section on activities and projects included in the exercises of NCERT books aims at what? Aims at, primarily it is aiming at what? Making the children to engage them in the vacations to do these activities, or to assess them on the practical skills, or to provide opportunities to extended learning. So these are the maybe the later aspects, but the primarily aim is to enhance in-depth understanding of the basic concepts, so that they can understand the basic concepts. That's why activities and projects are given. It is included in the exercises so that the child will do the activity, do the project, and come with the understanding of the basic concepts. That's why the first is the right option. Next, major objective of organization of science exhibition is to grade the students on practical skills, provide opportunity to students to compete with others, provide opportunity to students to showcase their creative ideas, provide opportunity to students to enhance their academic performance. So here it is not to just grade on practical skills, not to compete with others, and not to even enhance the academic performance, but to showcase their creative ideas. That is the reason why we are having science exhibitions, to see how creative the child is, and to again acknowledge their creativity and award their a project or their activity. So third is the right option. Next, we have here 4 candidates appearing in an interview for the post of science teacher were asked to give a demonstration lesson to class 8 students on the topic pressure exerted by liquids and gases following different approaches were followed by different candidates. So different approaches were followed by different candidates. What is the first approach? That is detailed explanation of related concepts with the help of diagram on the blackboard. Second, use of charts for explanation of different concepts. Third, organization of hands-on student activities followed up with discussions. Fourth, greater focus on classroom questions, lecture during the lecture. Which of the above approaches will be the most effective for teaching the topic? So 4 candidates came for the interview, and 4 people gave these 4 different ways of teaching the lesson through a demonstration. And that is the topic which was given to them was pressure exerted by liquids and gases. So out of these 4 approaches, which is the best approach to teach this topic? So this was assessed in the interview. So here, which is the best approach, effective approach for teaching this topic? Detailed explanation? No. Charts, only charts we cannot use for this. And third is organization of hands-on activities. Yes, hands-on activities followed up with discussions, because pressure exerted by liquids and gases requires students to do activities. Fourth is focus on classroom questions. No, not only just questions. Okay, so the third is the right option. Third one is the best approach for going on understanding with the topic pressure exerted by liquids and gases. Now next we have here the technique of classroom questioning in teaching of science can be more effectively used for what? Ensuring levels of learning, developing problem solving skills, maintaining discipline in the class, or promoting creativity and innovativeness. So what is the question here? Technique of classroom questioning in science teaching can be more effectively used for what? Why do a teacher questions in the class? Why do a teacher questions in the class? To ensure that levels of learning, developing problem solving skills, maintaining discipline in the class, or promoting creativity and innovativeness. So for questioning, classroom questioning is effectively used for developing problem solving skills. Yes, to ensure learning, that is to the up to the level how far they are learning, we can assess that. But to be more effectively, we have to use them to develop problem solving skills. How can they solve the problem? So in this way, we can effectively use for their problem solving skills, not just to maintain discipline, not to promote creativity and innovativeness, but basically for the developing of the problem solving skills. Then most boards of education have banned the dissection of animals because animals are no longer available. They are available. Procuring animals have become an expensive proposition. Not much expensive. Nothing has been more expensive with regard to the animals, because very small animals like insects are used for dissection, and there is a need to sensitize students or to prevention of cruelty to animals. Okay, they may spread new diseases, so all animals may not spread the diseases. So the best option for banning the dissection is because the children need to sensitize on the prevention of cruelty to animals. Should not have the habit of putting pins on the and cutting and putting pins on the dissection, that is then on the tray, and then all doing all the dissection things with all scissors and that small blades and all that. So it is something like hurting the animal. That's the reason that we should not have that inculcating the habit or inculcating that kind of the method or to have the dissection always. That's the reason that it has been banned, especially so that the children should not have this kind of habit of provoking animals to cruelty. So that's why we are sensitizing students to not to hurt animals. That's why third is the right option. Then next we have here from June 2011, we have a different questions. The first question is, the main aim of conducting mathematics and science Olympiads is to promote excellence in the subject by nurturing creativity and experimentation, grade students according to their capabilities. Third, help students score high marks in professional examinations. Fourth, grade school based on the performance of their students. So grade schools based on the performance of the students. So it is not just to grade schools, not just to help the students score high marks in the professional examinations, not even to grade students according to their capabilities. We can't grade them that you are A grade boy, you are a C grade girl. So we cannot just grade their capabilities. So, and then promote excellence. Yes, it is for promoting the excellence in the subject and by nurturing creativity and experimentation. That's why we are conducting mathematics and science Olympiads. So this was in the year 2011 with CTET examination, but the same question, same type of question has been asked in the recent years in as I have just discussed now in this session. In that 2013 or 15, which I have discussed just now in this session, the examination in that, the same question has been repeated in a different way, like conducting science exhibitions, why it is for. Okay, so that was the question which we have already discussed. So this is the same pattern of that. Next is 4 applicants for a post of TGT science were asked to plan a lesson on consequences of deforestation. Which one of the following lesson plan reflects the scientific approach? Now, which one is going to reflect the scientific approach? So the first is explains in detail the consequences of deforestation. Second, provides a variety of examples to explain the concept. Third, includes activities that children can perform in groups and draw conclusions through a PowerPoint presentations. And fourth, mentions about the use of ICT to help students understand the concept. So out of this 4 option, which is the best option? What is the question here? The question is that topic is consequences of deforestation. On this topic, teachers were asked to plan a lesson which reflects which approach? Scientific approach. So which is having the scientific approach, which is reflecting scientific approach in out of all these 4 options. So just explaining the things in detail, no. Giving variety of examples and explain the concept, no. Then mentions the use of ICT. Fourth one, the help students to understand the concept with the ICT PPT presentation, no. The third one, including activities that children can do in groups and draw conclusions and then present their conclusions through a PPT presentation. This is a perfect and a complete answer which will having the reflection of scientific approach. So the third is the right option. Then next, Miss Patel, principal of a school, is keen about an integrated approach to teaching of science rather than teaching different disciplines separately. So what is the basis for this? So she's very keen of using integrated approach to teaching of science rather than teaching different disciplines separately. So what is the basis? Why is she saying like this? Because there is no availability of qualified teacher in her school to teach different disciplines, or it is difficult to adjust the teachers in the timetable, or it is difficult for students to adjust with different teachers, or is it to all the disciplines are interlinked and the teacher can draw on cross-curricular linkages. So the integrated approach, when we are talking about integrated approach, immediately it should come to our mind that integrated approach is a approach where we are integrating 2 or 3 disciplines together, and then we are understanding it with the cross linkages, which is cross-curricular linkages. So that's why cross-curricular linkages, with one discipline, one topic is understood, and then it is going along in the same direction with the another discipline, and we are trying to go more further in understanding the same concept. So this is what the 4th option is the right option, where the disciplines are interlinked and the teacher is drawing cross-curricular linkages. Okay. Then next, a teacher plans to teach components of food in the class 6th. Which of the following is an essential question she should ask for teaching this lesson? The first is, list the food items your mother serves you in lunch. Why does your mother serve you a meal with a variety of food items? Third, does your mother prepare a definite set of food items for lunch every day? Fourth, do you eat all the items served in your lunch every day? So, do you eat all the items served in your lunch every day? I may say yes, or I may say no. So, my answer is only limited. Then, does you prepare a definite set of food items for lunch every day? No, my mother will cook something different every day. This can be the probable answer. And the first one, list the food items your mother serves you. So I can just make a list and I can show them, but I may not be understanding why this list is being prepared. So second question, why does your mother serve you a meal with a variety of food items? So this will be the essential question to understand the components of food, because she is giving a different variety of food so that we can get more energy and a better nutrition with from the different kinds of food we eat every day. Okay, so that is what the child will be able to understand and relate to this question. So second is the right option. Next, while teaching the concept, force can change the shape of an object to students, a teacher plans the following activities. Explain the concepts using commonly observed examples, provide a dough on a plate and ask the students to press it down with the hand. Third, show an audiovisual film explaining the concept with some examples. The teacher is using different approaches to learning because she wants to prove her knowledge. She knows she must follow her lesson plan. Third, she wants to prepare students for a test. Fourth, there are different kinds of learners in the class and she wants to address multiple intelligences. So out of these four options, why is she using the three approaches? Why is she using? She's explaining the concepts, she's providing a DAO, and then she's asking every student to press and understand how it is getting pressed, and then showing also an audiovisual film for explaining the same concept. So why is she taking so much of effort? Why? Because the teacher wants to prove her knowledge, or does she want to know she must follow her lesson plan perfectly, or she wants to prepare students for a test, or she wants to see to it that many students with different kinds of learners, she can address multiple intelligences. Means she's able to make the child understand who is having below average, who are below average, who are above average, who are average. So there are different kinds of learners and she's addressing to all of them for all to their multiple intelligences. So that's why the fourth is the best option and the correct option. Next, which of the following can be assessed when Geeta is using only MCQ as a tool to assess nutrition in humans? So she's assessing which topic? Nutrition in humans. So why is she using these things? Why is she using only MCQ as a tool for assessing this? The first option here is analytical ability to classify food items and make a poster. Second, misconceptions related to food items. Third, learners' ability to apply knowledge and prepare a role play to present in the morning assembly. Fourth, learners' ability to comprehend the importance of components of food and write a long essay. So out of this, four options, why is she using only MCQ to assess this? Analytical ability to classify, no. Then misconceptions, okay. Then learners' ability to apply knowledge and prepare role play. No, not this. In the morning assembly, no. Then learners' ability to comprehend the importance and write a long essay on it, no. Again, it is like, MCQs are there for this nutrition in humans so that she can understand the misconceptions related to food habits in the children. So this is the second is the right option. Misconceptions related to food habits. So that is the why the teacher is assessing through MCQ the topic nutrition in humans. Next, a science teacher plans group activities to teach properties of air to her students of class 6. Which one of the set of attributes would she like to have in the students she selects as group leaders? So what is here? What is the question? The teacher plans to have a group activity. Okay. On what topic she wants to have the group activity? What she's teaching? Properties of air. Okay. Then what attribute she like to have in the student? She select as a group leader. Okay. So here there is a group activity and there is a group leader. There is one leader for the whole group. So what is she seeing? What characteristic that she want in the group leader? That is, the first is freedom to choose roles, work at their own pace and understanding. Second, ordering students to take roles and deliver in consonance with their understanding. Third, giving major roles to brighter students and ensure the group finishes first. Fourth, assigning roles as per capability, motivating and coordinating among the group members. So out of these four, the best way to organize the group is to see that the roles are assigned as per the capability of the children and as per their motivation, and then according to the coordination among the group members. If the group members coordinate, then only some learning can happen. That's the fourth is the right option. Third is not the right option because we cannot only give major roles to brighter students and then ask them to finish off the group first, and then ordering the students to take the roles. We cannot just order them, and you cannot just throw the orders and routes on the students and tell them to do this and that. And then the freedom to choose roles, neither the child cannot have the freedom to have their own role, because again there will be a indiscipline created in the classroom. Okay, so that's why we can have the fourth one. The teacher must assign roles according to the ability and then to coordinate among the group members. So this is the fourth is the right one for the question here. Then next, while selecting a performance task to help students develop research oriented skills in a science class, a teacher may pick up a topic from the content given in the syllabus which must be completed in time, which majority of the students in the class find interesting, which she thinks is important for the students. Fourth, related to a problem faced by students in their day-to-day functioning and which is a part of the concepts to be covered for this class. So obviously, when there is a development of a research-oriented skills in the science class, teacher must pick up a topic from the syllabus to see to it that the syllabus completes in time, or she should see that what majority of the students find interesting, or to see that which is important for the students. And the fourth option is what problems are faced by the students in their day-to-day functioning of the life, and how this issue is related to the concept to be covered in the class of science. So here the fourth is the best answer, is the complete understanding of the answer for this question, because to develop research oriented skills, to help the students to have this research orientation, it is important that the child should understand what their issue is and how can they solve their issues, and how can this topic can be used in the class also to complete a concept on that. Okay, so that is why the fourth is the right option. Then next here, while investigating how water affects the germination of seeds, a teacher asks the students to soak bean seeds on a bed of cotton wool for a few days and observe the changes. What is a guideline that she forgot to mention to place? Okay, so what is the guideline that she forgot to mention? Like to place many seeds on a wet cotton, to place few seeds on a wet cotton, to place many seeds on a dry cotton, to place a few seeds on a dry cotton. So see, when germination should take place, we cannot use dry cotton. We must use wet cotton. So out of 1 and 2 only, we have the option to select the right answer. Should there be many seeds or should there be few seeds for the observation of germination of seeds? So how water affects the germination of seeds? We must have first a few seeds on a wet cotton. So that is why second option is the right option. So what she missed here, a teacher asked the students to soak bean seeds on a bed of cotton wool. Neither she mentioned here which cotton wool, whether it should be a dry one or a wet one, nor she said here about how many seeds, more or less. So again, these two things she left, and this is the important guideline. That's why here it is few seeds on a wet cotton wool. Okay, so second is the right option. Okay, so with this we have completed our questions, our previous year's questions on this related to science pedagogical issues with respect to the years, that is 2011, 2013 and 2015. Okay, thank you so much for your understanding and your patience listening and understanding how to analyze the answers with respect to the questions.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again. Indeed, you have made the race with a good finishing, particularly for children. In spite of the best of all topics, they'll be looking forward for some model questions, especially the previous questions are the hallmark, particularly for paper 2. So you have done that part of also. Thank you so much once again. We'll be looking forward for continued.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Days.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes.